All right. There we go. Man, I was staring at that screen and I saw two people and I'm like, wait a minute, two fucking people. Is MoFi that important of a subject where there's two people over here? Anyway, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, just going to do an impromptu Wednesday kind of mini session. Let's say hello to the gallery of rogues. I know you's in the house. Dobby's here. Good to see you, Dobby. Elephant's in the house. My man. What else we got? John's in the house. Brother Hydra. John's here. Eric's in the house. What's up, Eric? Hope you're enjoying that Danova. Eddie's in the house. Yes, Eddie, we are jamming tonight. Definitely. I'm dressed down, though. I got the flannel on. Been a long day. Yeah, done away from Alice Cooper. Yep. Eddie's in the house. Nick is in the house, my man. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, homie. AZ Mix in the house. Chris. Yes. What's happening, Chris? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you all. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me tonight. I was considering not doing this tonight because I didn't know if, I get these feelings sometimes. I go, is it going to be worth it? Should I do this? I'm always questioning things, always thinking about things, questioning things. Should I? Shouldn't I? So just lay down and watch TV, go to sleep early, eat some chips. And then I was told, recommended by some people to get ahead and do it, man. People will come. If you stream it, they will come. And that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. Now, we're going to see how this goes. I know I said I was going to do 2 math rock albums, and I may still do 2 math rock albums. We'll see how this fares. If you guys dig the first one, and we got enough people in here to make it worth my while, we'll bust out the second one. Ooh, Danny's in here? Hey, what's up, Danny? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, so we got math rock for you tonight. Math Rock Wednesday. Don't worry, there won't be any MoFis here. I don't own one single MoFi, so you don't have to worry about that being here. We're just going to straight up play some music, and we're going to hang out tonight. It's Wednesday. I still got a long week ahead of me. It's been a shitty day. I'll be honest. It's been pretty shitty today. My air conditioning in my van took a shit. It's fucking 96 degrees out. It's only going up to like 101 or 102 by the end of the week. So I've been riding around with no fucking air. Been working outside, sweating my ass off. Driving home, sweating my ass off. The cat puked on the floor today. So I'm not going to be drinking it. It's not going to be any beer tonight because I got to get up early tomorrow. But I felt like this may be a good thing for me to just come on and hang out and talk. This math rock is actually abacus sourced. So this is sourced so old school. This is so even further away from analog. This was actually done on an abacus. Wooden abacus with the beads and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, Nick. Hey, I'm trying to stay positive, man. You know what I mean? The job I'm on, the project I'm on, it was supposed to be 2 days. Now it's going to be 3 days. AC took a shit. Cat threw up. I'm a little edgy tonight. A beer would help, but I'm trying to cut back on the beer a little bit because of sugar, and I don't want to. I'm losing LBs. I don't want to just pack them on by eating a bunch of sugar. You know what I mean? It's good to see you, Chris. How you making out, man? I dug your last video. Chris does a lot of contest videos and threads. I think that's like his thing, man. He really digs those kind of threads and contests and stuff like that. Hey, Adrian's in the house. Good to see you. How you doing, Adrian? Yeah, what is it with cats puking all the fucking time, For my cat, it's like always in the morning. It's mostly in the morning. Hey, holy shit. Look at this. Fucking Lonnie's in the house, dude. Holy shit. It's good to see you, Lonnie. Holy fuck. Look at that. Say hi to Lonnie, everybody. Lonnie is old school. Lonnie decided he'd rather spend his time listening to records than going on streams and watching people talk and play records, which I'm totally with you on that, man. Get outside and live, you know what I mean? If you can get out there and live, go out there and live. Not to fault you for going out and living your life, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's good to see you guys. Yeah, it's good that you're here, Lonnie. It's really good to see you, man. And I just threw you a wrench, so you got to worry about anybody messing with you. Not that that ever happens here. That's never happened here one time. I don't even know why I pass wrenches out, because nobody needs them. Everybody that comes here to hang out, and there's a collective interest here. And the interest is music. The very first thing is music. Secondly is some interesting stories by myself and the other guests that are up here. Good conversation, a good reciprocal conversation. So, yeah, it's good to see you guys. No, there's no mofos here, no mofis. No, I might be a mofo, but there's no mofis here. I don't actually own one single mofi. And it's not because I don't like mofis. It's just I've never bought a mofi. So, yeah, so it's good to see you guys. So we're going to start out, for those who just showed up, we're going to play a little DC-based math rock. And this is a trio, and this does have vocals. And these guys formed in around 97, I think, 98, something like that. And they disbanded shortly after this album came out. Around 2001, they disbanded. But this full-length album is really going to show you the power of what these guys had to offer. Now, a couple of these guys from this band split off, and they did some other projects. So they're still around, and they're still active. It's just that this incarnation is no longer happening. You know, they cut it all out. And so they're called Faraquet. And I found these guys on this. This is one thing I really like about this kind of stuff is I have found so much killer music listening to college radio stations. You know, your local college radio station. I've heard so much cool shit. And I remember hearing these guys in the late 90s, maybe 99, 2000. I remember where I was driving around the car with my brother, and this came on, and he actually knew who they were. And he had the CD. And so the LP came out years and years later. But I remember it really stuck in my head. This is excellent math rock. Lots of odd time signatures, lots of cool riffing. Bass player rocks, the drummer rocks, guitar player rocks. Guitar player sings, the drummer does some backup stuff. And yeah, this is on Discord if you guys are wondering. Let's see who else we got in here before we get started. I got 21 people hanging out. That's a solid number. Jeff's in the house. What's happening, Jeff? How goes it over there in Philly town, huh? I bet you it's warm out there. There you go. Eric, you just got to keep pushing, man. Persevere, brother. You know you'll come out the other end quite well. Seem like you got an excellent disposition, especially after what you've been through, man. A lot of people would just cave in and end up in a chair for the rest of their lives, complaining about the pain and shit that they can't handle. But the only way you're going to end up rising above that situation is just by pushing. Keep on pushing, brother. Hey, Randy. Good to see you, homie. Randy's in the house. Everybody's hanging out tonight, man. Yeah, exactly, Nick. College radio, and it still is kicking ass. College radio is still kicking ass to this fucking day. We've got a college not too far, community college over here. It's maybe like 3 or 4 miles away. They still play the coolest shit. I got 4 or 5 colleges I can get around here on the radio, and I prefer listening to those channels as opposed to listening to any kind of mainstream terrestrial radio, as it were. Yeah, so we're going to get started with some Faraquet. And possibly after we play some Faraquet, I'm going to play a little bit of Pittsburgh-based math rock. Now this is a 4-piece, but no vocals. And you guys may know Don Cabellero. This is their debut LP, For Respect. And if you get the SCTV, they kind of named it, Don Cabellero from SCTV. So this is their debut, and Faraquet, The View from This Tower, is also their debut LP. So I pulled 2 math rock bands, and they're both debut LPs. Although Don Cabellero has quite a few albums, and Faraquet only had the one. Good evening, you. It's good to see you. Glad to have you here. You getting one of these? Yeah, so let's get the sucker started. It's good to see you guys. Enough yapping. Let's get it on here. Get this volume turned up. And we're going to play this front to back. Front to back. The same way that they teach girls to wipe. Front to back. No, forget that. All right, let's get this sucker going. I already got the duster taken care of. Let's drop this guy on here. There we go. Bring it back. There we go. All right. Ready? Let's do it, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, people. All right.
One sense of self, it's me, so late. Word in mouth, what you share alone again. to retrieve and spread position, ideology, no substance. What's in a word?
your head against it, all we made you. You'll fall again, you're fucked. Change your crack, complaining how it's so hard. I sympathize. One day to the next is how it's done here. You'll fall again, you're fucked.
Good to see you guys. I'm going to reserve that comment. is, side one. Faraquet. Yeah, Nick was talking about that Stanton. I have a combination of 680s and 690s, I think. But yeah, I've got about 10 stylus replacements, and I've got I bought a bunch of these from a DJ that retired, and he had a whole bunch of them. And so I bought every one he had. So I've got this one, and I've got another replacement here. These are brand new. I've never opened these or used them yet. There's another 680 EL here. A lot of people think these track heavy. They don't track heavy. They have the ability to track heavy, but you don't have to track them heavy. I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So they'll run from 2.5 grams. You can run them up way past 5, 6, depending on what your turntable can push out. I know my 1200 can go above 5, and this 1650, that's what this one is. If you're curious, this is a Technique 1650. And the only difference is, besides it being, it's not an actual DJ table, but it has a lot of cool settings on here. You can like play repeat on it, and you can choose like a song, and it'll go back to each song over and over again. Hey JJ, what's happening, brother? Yeah, so I picked up a bunch of DJ stuff, and I've got a couple head shells too, and I think I've been playing off of those same ones. Some people say, you might want to change your stylus around, 300 hours, I think, depending on what your stylus is and how, fine it is. I don't know how many hours I have on this, but I know I have at least a year and a half on it. So I play a lot of vinyl, so that's got to say something about their durability. And I know you guys can hear how good it sounds, and it still sounds excellent. So it is a heavy tracker, and it can be, just because it's made to be a DJ stylus. But you can dial it way back. I have this thing dialed so far back that I actually have to be careful when I put it on the record at first, because it wants to jump a little bit, even with the anti-skate set. So it does run nice and light. And I've never had any problems with them at all. And I have several different head shells that they go on. And I've had all kinds of other brands. Mostly Shure. I stuck with Shure, and then when I found the Stantons, I was like, I can't believe a DJ stylus sounds this fucking good. So I picked it up. I picked them up. I've had them for about 8 years now, between the head shells and the magnets themselves. And I think I paid maybe a couple $100, maybe 8, 7, somewhere between 7 and 8, 9 years ago. So yeah. So let's flip this guy over. I think Chris said he bought the album. Is that it? Were you fucking around? It's good to see you, JJ, by the way. Hey, you seen JJ lately? JJ, you're getting slim, dude. You're looking fucking good, man. Really kicking it. Yeah, but I think Chris said he just bought this Faraquet LP just from listening to it. And again, I've talked about this stuff before. But this is the exact this is what started the vinyl community. It was based on this exact scenario. People sharing music, even before all the streaming happened. People were doing needle drops, and people were sharing their love of music. They're sharing their new acquisitions. They're going out crate digging and putting up video. It's always been about the same exact thing. Sharing your love of music with other people, and hopefully, if you're lucky, you can turn some like-minded people on to some really killer fucking music. And it has happened over and over and over again here in the vinyl community. For me, it's a huge part of my collection that is based solely on the stuff that you guys have put out and shown me over the years and years and years. So it's a great fucking thing. And that's why I'm here right now. Right at this very moment, right now, I'm here with you guys sharing my love of music, and I want you to hear what it is that I'm listening to. What more can you ask? This technology has good uses. You know what I mean? It's not all about dick jokes. You know what I mean? There's some serious, heavy aspects to what this stuff can do. Oh, no. Did you really, Danny? Wow. So we got 2 people that went out and bought this album tonight. So, yeah, if you type in code Mr. Bizarro when you go to the Discord site, I'll get 5%. Yeah, so I'm not gonna tell any dick jokes tonight. I don't have any beer. I'm not drinking beer, so the dick jokes, they wouldn't come across. Come across quite well. Let's flip this over before I put another foot in my mouth. Another interesting thing about this Stanton is it can track heavy, but it has a propensity to just smash all dust particles out of its way. Like you almost don't even have to run a brush across it. You know, I've had this brush for a long time, this Audio Quest. It's got like this carbon fiber bristles in there, and they work really well. But that Stanton is like a tank. It literally will just push shit out of the way, you know what I mean? So let me check the comments once more before we flip the sucker over. Yeah, if you go to Discord and type in dick joke, you'll get 10% off. All right. Let's get this going. Glad you guys are digging it, man. Careful. There we go. There we go. All right, side 2. Study in Complacency, Sea Song, which is one of my favorites off this album, The View from This Tower, and The Missing Piece, which is another really good song. Good to see you guys. Kick back and enjoy the tunes, man. I have no idea. You'll have to email me about that, you.
Take a pill now. Makes it sad. You ruin the baseline. Thought you cared. Couldn't sleep late. Couldn't be on time if I tried. Obligation is a word that avoiding with guilt can't control. I give in to the promise.
song is great. John, if you dug that last song on that side, you'll definitely dig this one.
Good to see you, Sean.
take on something less petty. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready.
Love that song. All right, Nick. Put your math rock pants on. Check out this time. You can really hear the King Crimson in this song. Listen to that guitar underneath. Faraquet, The View from This Tower. Overall, a solid album. It's got a nice flow. I dig an album with not too much ebb and flow. Like Tool is like it's just insanity. I like a nice ebb and flow, and this album had that. It was tracked very well. They put their songs just in the right places. Side 2 is just as good as Side 1. And that's one of my favorite math rock LPs of all time. Now, still early. I mean, that was not a very long album. I could play one more. I don't know. We got somewhere between 26 and 30 people in here, which is shocking to me on a Wednesday. So it's good to see you guys. Appreciate you hanging out and spending a little time with old Bizarro tonight, man. So let's get the consensus from the gallery. Would you like me to play one more album? Because I could play the DC-based math rock band. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. Before we potentially play this LP, Don Cabellero, For Respect. This is heavier. This has an ebb and flow, but it's a much heavier ebb and flow than Faraquet. There's really nothing mellow about this. I'm not calling it super heavy, but it's heavy math rock, you know what I mean? All right, Chris, take care, brother. Good to see you. Glad you bought that LP, man. Maybe make a video about it. Tell us how you like it. Yeah, so this has got a much heavier. Anybody know Damon Shea, the drummer? You may have heard of Damon Shea. He's done all kinds of projects. And he has a propensity of playing in his underwear. He likes to play in his underwear or with nothing on. But I met him. He's a little... I couldn't tell if it was an act, but he's kind of being weird and like aloof, you know what I mean? But definitely an odd guy. But one of these genius kind of guys that can throw all kinds of numbers at you and get you really fucking confused. And it just looks effortless, you know, to people like that. People that are just born to be drummers, that can read. He can read music. He can write music. And it was great to see these guys live. I saw them at a small club, and there was only one band opening up for them, and they did like an hour and a half long set. It's about the same temperature in that club as it was, you know, today, about 95 degrees in there with all those people sweating. It was such a good show. So, yeah, okay, I will, hey, Paul. Hey, my man Paul. Sorry I didn't see you there, brother. I'm running a show, and I'm talking, and I'm playing music. So, if I don't see your comment, just fucking yell at me, man. Like, hey, dude, I'm here. Recognize me. And I'll put your name right out there, man. All right, so let's play Don Cabellero. How many people here have heard of Don Cabellero? Anybody here heard of Don Cabellero? I know I played a song off of this before on Hydra, but only like one song. I think I played the first song, the title track, For Respect. Anybody know Don Cabellero? No problem. You digging it, Lonnie? Hang out. We got one more coming up. The villagers will eat tonight. I'd love to hear at least one person tell me that they've heard of Don Cabellero, because this is not like a super obscure band. It's really not. And by the way, this is another college radio band. I don't remember what college station I heard it on, but this was a college station. Like, I heard these guys way, way back, long time ago. So, yeah. Let me switch it up. Oh, no, that guy. These fucking stuffy people, man. You know what people like that need, John? They need a nice box of mothballs put right under their fucking noses. Remember we used to put the mothballs in the closet? Things got a little stuffy. Put a few mothballs in there. Just clear all that negative stuff right out of there. Get rid of them pesky moths. All they do is eat your clothes. All right, so let me switch this sucker around. This is on a label called Touch and Go. I've never heard of Touch and Go. Anybody hear of Touch and Go, the label? This I found in the bin. You know, occasionally you'll go into a record store, and just once in a while you get like a $20 or $30 LP that somebody put in a dollar bin that kind of mismarked it. Well, that's what happened with Don Cabellero. I think I paid. This says $3.99, but I didn't buy it from this place. I think I got this for about $1, honestly. And I just about pooped my pants. I may have pooped my pants a little bit, actually. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah. They don't have balls. They're all girls. That's a misnomer, Randy. Yeah, so I'm going to play... So you're going to see how well this Stanton works, because this LP's got a little funk on it. It's got a little funk. It's been loved. And you're going to see how this Stanton pushes right through all that debris. Things like a fucking tank. All right, so here we go. You asked for it, you're going to get it. Damon Shea on drums. All right, let's kick it. Get your big boy pants on now. Here's some big time math now. Nick, this is big time math. Told you this is a little bit different. They still got an ebb and flow, though. Check it. You hear it? These guys have more of like an ominous feel, which is what I really like about them. It's like edgy, just a little bit. Good to see you, Tuco. Welcome. There it is. Side one. Don Cabellero for Respect. Matt says he's got it on cassette. How cool was that, man? Matt may be the only one in here that knows Don Cabellero. It makes me happy. There's just one guy in here. Hopefully you guys are digging it. I did mention it was a little bit heavier, but it still does have an ebb and flow, just like Faraquet. And just like Nick was saying, Fugazi, yes. Don Cabellero and Faraquet, Fugazi was high on their list of influences. So, yeah. I'm wondering if I should flip this over. I'm going to flip it over. Like I said, this is a MoFi deterrent. This is like mothballs for MoFis. They fly away. Fly away. All right. Let's get this going. Side two. And this has got to be the shortest run out I've ever seen. This has got to be maybe a half-inch run out at the end. They just packed a bunch of music on this LP, man. Little dusty. That doesn't scare me. Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Later on, Randy. Don't forget to shave your chest before you go to sleep. This is SCTV. This is Don Cabellero in the background from SCTV. see how that ends? It ended just like it started. See? Some math rock is palatable, more palatable to some people. This, the numbers show less. But we're not here to please everyone, are we? I'm sharing what I like with you. If you don't like it, there's a lot of other shit you could be doing, I'm sure. But yeah, I really dug it, man. And if I showed you how dirty that fucking album was, you'd really be impressed by that Stanton. That Stanton has a way of pushing through anything, Nick. You know what I mean? Nick knows what I mean. That will just plow. That's like the cow catcher on the front of the train. Anything in its way, it just pushes to the side. So yeah, that was Don Cabellero. Full Respect. And then we listened to a little bit of Faraquet. Before that, The View from This Tower. Both excellent albums. And you can see the resemblance there. There's a synergy between these two bands. One is much more harder edged, but they both have the same kind of foundation in mind. You can hear that. Guitar work and time signatures. Of course, Damon Shea, he's a powerhouse. Damon Shea plays on, like, I've seen him play on anything from like a 7-piece to like a 12 or 13-piece. And the guy from Faraquet, he's got a 4-piece. I don't even think that he may not even had a floor tom. And very small, like a jazz kit. You drummers know what I mean when I say a jazz kit. So, completely different kind of drummers. Yet there's a synergy there between them. Yeah, no problem, John. Appreciate it. I appreciate everybody hanging out on a Wednesday. It's good to share some good music with you guys. Now, I don't know. Let me know if anybody wants to come up for a few minutes. We'll do like a 15-minute hangout session, and then I'll call it at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on up real quick. Let me know what's going on. Maybe John wants to come up for a second, or maybe Miss Yu wants to come up. Nick, Paul, you're welcome, Yu. My pleasure, man. Dude, it's all good. I appreciate the thanks. I really do. Because it's all I'm trying to do is just share some really good shit with you guys. A little bit of entertainment. Oh, Eddie wants to come up. There you go. We'll do a short 15-minute session. We'll just hang out. We'll talk for 15 minutes. And then I'll have to get my ass to bed. That's why Randy left. He had to go to bed. You got to get up at 5. That's pretty rough. I don't want to have to get up at 5. No problem, John. No problem. There's the link. Yeah, come on up for a minute. Tell me what you got going on, Eddie. Like I said, come on up, Paul. Well, come on up for a minute. Because I got some stuff, I'll let you know now. I got some stuff from Jenny and Dave's auction. They had an auction a few weeks back. And I got a few from them. And they showed up. Then I was sitting around the other day. I got home from work. Took care of all my business. I'm sitting there on the couch, kind of beat up from work. I'm thinking, you work way too hard. This is what vinyl people do. They want to talk themselves into the legitimate reason why you should do this. And I said, I really deserve to spend some of this money. I work so hard. I'm working all the fucking time. Why don't you just buy yourself a couple records? You earned it. And I said, you know what, me? I said, you're right. I did fucking earn it. I did absolutely earn it. Let me get Eddie up here and then I'll finish my story. Hey,
What's up,
man.
Aaron?
Hey, Eddie. Good to see you,
What's going
homie.
on, bro?
I was just telling everybody about the auction over at Dave and Jenny's.
Oh yeah, did you get anything?
Yeah, a few weeks ago it happened. Yeah, and I got them in the mail last week, so I can pull those out to show you. And then, of course, let me turn off my echo thing here. I still have it on stereo. There we go. Yeah, and then I told you yesterday I picked up all the Danova LPs.
Was that you got them at a good price?
I think so. Let me check your mic settings. Maybe you hear an
Um,
echo?
no, I've got echo cancellation on.
Okay. If anybody hears an echo, let me know. So yeah, so I went to Riding Easy yesterday, and I picked up all the Danova LPs. I was telling the people how we need legitimate reasons to spend more money on vinyl.
No
And
shit, bro.
one of the scenarios is talking yourself into deserving to get yourself something for all your hard work and dedication and paying your bills.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to say. I went to Austin over the weekend, and I was good. I didn't stop by any record stores. We just went and had dinner. Drinks, and then went to the show, and then drove back. So I'm like, okay, good. I haven't spent any money on vinyl,
Did you, I was
but
gonna say, did you walk by and look in the window like
no,
what's going
no,
on?
no, no. I was with non-vinyl people, so when I'm with non-vinyl people, I don't want to bore them with my hobby.
Right,
Waste their
right.
time. So they're not into it. I don't push it. But yesterday I went by Walmart and picked this up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's an exclusive. They have their own on red vinyl, and I think this was remastered by Kevin Gray or one of those guys. So it's actually a good pressing. I've read nothing but good reviews, and I don't have this on vinyl. I've got it on CD. So I
That's
picked
my
this
favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers. We
this
played
one.
that a billion times. Yeah, in the '90s when that came out, we played it
Yeah,
over
yeah,
and
this was
over.
huge. I mean, I saw them on this tour, but I actually saw them on the tour before, right after Hillel had passed away. Uh, I saw them with this guy on here. Um,
Yeah, what was his name? Remember that behind the music? Isn't
Yeah,
Red Hot Chili
what was the
Peppers?
guy's name? Hillel. Hillel was the guy that
Hillel,
passed away. Yeah, Hillel
not
Slovak or
Kal-El.
something like that.
Kal-El's
Anyway,
the other guy, right?
yeah, the one that passed away, and then the one that they currently have is the guy Mike Frusciante.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was even out and then came back in at some
Yeah,
point, didn't he?
yeah, yeah. I think this is the first record he's on with them.
There you go. People are saying Hillel Slovak.
Slovak. There you go. Yeah,
Hillel.
great guitarist. And also, this came in this week. I played it last night. I streamed it. The band is called Birth.
Oh,
They're a neo prog rock band, and they were born from the ashes of the band Astra. And it's got King Crimson, written all over it. Big influence. You could hear Pink Floyd on here. So if you like that kind of prog rock, highly recommend this band Birth. The guy who's on here, Brian Ellis, is on several projects. Uh,
cool.
so this is his latest prog band called Birth.
Have you been enjoying Primordial? Were you happy with your purchase?
Absolutely, I streamed it yesterday as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
That and I just wanted to stream new records that I haven't heard. I had it, I just hadn't listened to it till I heard it yesterday. Man, for two guys, they have some thick riffs, man.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
catchy riffs, some real nice grooves on there, man.
yeah.
I am very impressed by them. Thanks
It's
for
it's a pretty unique. Oh no, dude. Like I said, that's what it's about, right? How
yeah.
many LPs have you turned me on to? Yeah, I'm actually going to see those guys this coming Sunday.
Yeah, you know what? They're playing. I think it's next week. They're having in Austin that Ripple Fest, and it's them, Wofat, um, Jesus Stoner, things on there. The
Oh
bunch,
yeah,
Yeah, bunch of stoner metal bands playing, man. I just can't make it just because I've got other shows already lined up, and so I just can't do it. So
Yeah, you got to concede occasionally. So I'm going to check those guys out on Sunday. I'm starting to accumulate some tickets for shows. Not everybody knows, but I also got tickets to see Stoner.
nice.
That's at the end of August, and they're going to be at a really small club in Philly, which is fucking perfect because uh, if you get there early enough, there's a second floor you can go up, and there's like a balcony. It's a very small place, but
Hmm.
it's a small balcony. Maybe 8 or 10 people can hang across it, and right down there, it's just like 5 or 10 feet away is the stage, and it's kind of just set in this like on this kind of angle. So you just look down, and it's such a cool fucking spot. I'm really glad it's like a small venue. I really dig when these bands kind of are okay
Oh,
with playing such a small place. It may only hold 150 people, maybe.
and I'll be surprised if they can bring in any more than 150.
Yeah, there'll probably be 200 in there just so they can get it packed out. But there shouldn't be any more than maybe 125 in there. Actually,
Yeah, like even in Austin, like some of these bands that played, they usually play at this one place called the Well, or no, what's it called? Anyway, all the stoner bands play there, and usually there's not a big crowd. But and you would think Austin, big music, city, blah blah blah. It's still a small scene, man. It's still underground.
that's really cool.
Yeah,
Really cool. I hope the top never breaks off it. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, and then at the end of September, I'm going to see. Well, by now, Eddie King Buffalo
Yeah,
and Heavy Temple's opening up for King Buffalo. So I'm so
that's a
psyched for that.
that's a good lineup right there.
And that's at like an old church. It's like an old synagogue or something, or it may still be active. I honestly think it's still an active church, but they played us. They rent the place out to some pretty secular fucking acts like Crazy Punk and Sean Spins actually sent me like a couple shows that he found on YouTube from that place. And it is some crazy stuff considering I think it's still an active church. It's kind of weird, but
That's crazy.
yeah. So I got that coming up, and there are a bunch of other ones like coming around. It seems like there's a lot of. My buddy texted me today. I haven't heard from him in a while, and he's like, all these bands are coming from he's younger than me, so it's like from my childhood, which is like early '90s for this guy. He's
Mhm.
pretty young, but yeah, it's like a shitload of bands coming around. A bunch of bands that I didn't even realize. But some of the ones he could pull up that text. Who do you say is coming here? Oh yeah, some of these bands I don't want to see, but Zombies coming, Mudvayne's touring again.
Yeah,
Now
I saw
here's one.
that.
Yeah, here's one I want to see. I probably go to see because the guy that's doing the vocals is really doing a good job, and it's Static X. I forget the guy's name that's standing in for him.
Yeah, he's got the hair and
He's
everything
got the
going.
hair and he's got that cool mask he wears and shit. And let's see, Power Man 5000 seems like a lot of '90s bands and early 2000s bands. Incubus, of course, I knew, and Sublime, Bush. Korn I'd go to see, but they have so much material that I don't like that I think they play more new shit than older. Like the first three, like I'm in with, you know what I mean?
Right, right. They always put on a good show. They have high energy.
Yeah.
I saw that they announced Amon Amroth with Obituary and Carcass. I may be interested in going seeing that.
All right, John. Night, brother. Thanks for hanging out, dude.
Night,
I'll
John.
see you on. Well, I won't see him on Saturday. John's got another show to go to, but I am going to have Mikey Bananas is going to come up and guest and take John's spot for Saturday. So
Sweet. Is Randy going to be on there?
yeah. Randy's
Yeah, cool.
Randy's always hanging out. He's a solid dude.
He's
man.
solid.
He doesn't leave all us fake people to go hang with real people. But yeah, so Eddie, I don't know if anybody in the audience knows Danava, Danava, Danava. But I was telling Eddie, I picked up all three of those, and so they just shipped out this morning, I think, Eddie. So I'm looking forward to them. But I figured I'd show you real quick. Let me make myself big. I'll show you these the three I got from Jenny.
Cool.
and I'll show you the Yeti that finally showed up after. You ordered yours like a month after me, and mine showed up like a month later.
And the thing is that this is my second copy. My first copy was damaged.
Oh shit!
Well, it had a little scratch, and I emailed them, and they sent me another copy. So I've got two copies, same pressing.
Yeah, right, right, Nick. I was thinking the same things, like Power Man 5000. But yeah, let me show you these real quick. So these are the three I picked up from Jenny and Dave.
Wow.
It's the original. Now this sticker looks kind of worn. I don't know how to reference. Well, I'm sure I can figure it out, but this seems to me. I don't remember if you said it was an OG or not, but I know the Bush is OG because they
Yeah.
cropped all that out later. I actually have the CD where they
I
got
have the
rid of it.
reissue of that. It doesn't have that sticker.
No, and the sticker looks it's kind of worn, so I'm not
That
sure
may
if
be
it's
an
an
OG, man. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how to find that out. Maybe you can tell me. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the ones I picked up. And those guys, they're so fucking honest. I mean, I picked up. He was selling these for what I pay $12, $14 for that or something. And then I picked up.
Holy
This is-
smokes.
This is a repress. I know that.
Oh, okay.
But super glad to have it. Yeah, it's super minty and
Some of those reissues actually go for some bucks, man. You'd be
This is
surprised if you look it up on Discogs. Some of those are going like for $50 and up, and they're
Really?
reissues.
Yes, it's on metal blade,
Yeah, nice.
and yeah, I think I paid
Classic.
$10 or $12 for that. Dave
Every
and Jenny are
day.
the coolest people ever. They're not even trying. They just want to make money so they can get something else really cool. So they're not even trying to. There's no auctions. They're such cool fucking people. And
Wow.
then,
That's a reissue, I hope.
yeah, this is another reissue. Yeah,
I
Now,
have those. Those sound great, man. I have the
Yeah.
box set.
I have all of them on the deluxe box, Eddie, except for this one.
Yeah, I've
I
got
was
them
gonna
all
do-
deluxe box
I was
as
gonna
well.
do like a death marathon. I have so much fucking death, dude. I have all those deluxe boxes with the double splatters and stuff. But this is another one that I picked up from
That's a
Dave.
classic.
And although I really wanted it on the deluxe boxes, when every time Death came out, except for I missed the first one, Eddie. But when every subsequent deluxe box that came out, when they see them right here,
Mm-hmm.
they're right there. There's a bunch of them there. And every time after that, I was able to get one. But that very first one, Scream Bloody Gore, I couldn't snag. I haven't looked to see how much it is. So when when I seen he had SBG, I was like, well, at least I have it on vinyl. I don't have it on deluxe, but yeah. And then, of course, the new Telekinetic Yeti. Primordial.
Great record right there.
Yeah, I
For a
agree. man.
two-piece, they make a lot of noise.
Yeah, have you seen her stage setup, Eddie?
No.
Yeah, the guitar player actually has 3 different stacks. He's got one centered, and they're all different stacks. I think one's an orange, one's a Marshall, and I think he's got a bass rig set up, and it's all so. That's how he's getting that huge fucking sound. Is he's got 2 different tones and a bass tone.
Shit. Well, yeah, you got it when it's a two-piece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that drummer really holds it down. He really does a good job in making that band really energetic.
He's tight.
Yeah. Want to see one of them box sets? Here, I'll show you one of them box sets real quick.
Yeah, mine are stored away still.
You have these?
Yeah, I've got all of them. I was actually, I bought them some as they were coming out, but the majority I picked up used. But they were like brand spanking new. The person never played them, so they were still sealed.
Really?
Yeah, and then one of them was missing the slip, man. And I wrote back to it was a female, and she was able to find it in one of the boxes. Yeah, that one's deadly. The technical proficiency of those guys is just insane.
Yeah, Hoagland was.
And it's a shame that most people get turned off by the lyric style, by the singing style, and don't take the time to listen to their intricate playing.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
like you're doing yourself a disservice. But oh well, to each their own.
Yeah. I don't know. I could probably pull these out and show them at another time. What I was saying was, I'd like to do kind of a focus on Death. I don't know how many people would be interested in it, but I have every album by Death. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
you won't know until you try. I think a lot of people just come hang out because it's a place to hang, and for some, they discover new music. Like Miss You, I've noticed that she's been channeling into a lot of the stuff that you and I play. She's very like, oh, I need to check him out, or I really like this. Which
hey, Gary, good to see you, brother.
that's what you want. From a lot of these shows is turn people on to new music.
Yeah. Now I have that Sound of Perseverance on the deluxe, but I also picked up this. It's gatefold.
Yeah.
It's the pinwheel with splatter, and so
Oh, okay.
it's a
Yeah, yeah.
gatefold. I may have told the story a while back. My weed, the guy I used to buy weed from,
Hmm.
he'd always bring cool shit over that he bought. He's like, dude, I gotta pay my rent, gotta pay my insurance. So this is like minty fresh. Like he played it like one time. So I think I picked that up for $10 or $15 or something like that. And this is one they didn't do a deluxe box on. It's symbolic.
Right. Yeah, it's on a different label, I think.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But this may have been the first one I got on vinyl, and this was hard to get back then. It's not an OG; it's a later repress, but it's like the first. It's like the first press. You know what I mean?
But that was very difficult to come by.
It was
Yeah.
back then, and Death was you'd either pay an arm and a leg or you just couldn't find it. Mostly it was just you just couldn't find it. So when
Right.
I saw that, I was like, "Holy fuck, man!"
Jump on it.
I remember being just so excited that I owned any Death at all on vinyl,
Yeah.
And then Human was the other one.
Yeah, that was good too. All of them are good, man.
Yeah, they're all really good, man. But I think I could probably do 3 straight hours of Death, man. Because those deluxes, they've got the live session in there. The second.
Hopefully, you entertain them to death and not bore them to death.
There'll be some bleeding ears, man. Yeah. So I can't wait. I turned Eric Weinbender on to Danova yesterday. I sent him some links.
Oh, cool.
Now you were playing
Have you
Danova.
seen that video where they make it look like an Italian Giallo movie?
Yeah.
With the guy with a glove, hand killer with a knife.
Yeah, it's badass, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess I got a few good scores and happy to be going to a few shows coming up and
Yeah, what I've got in August 25th, I've got tickets to go see Boris in Austin. So I'm going to go see them. And then in September, I've got Maiden. And then I've got Porcupine Tree in Dallas.
there you go.
And then I've got the Flaming Lips on September 30th. And then the week after that, I've got another show. I've got a lot of shows coming up. And then I picked up tickets to go see Government Mule. I'll be seeing them in October.
Cool.
And then after
Might see
October,
Charlie there.
excuse me?
Might see Charlie there.
I hope not.
He's he's a massive mule fan.
Oh, he's
That's all he
huge,
talks
dude.
about.
Yeah, he's very connected to that jam band scene, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary, that's exactly what we were talking about, man. Gary says, between this channel and some other channels, he's got a want list, and it just gets longer and longer and longer. But you're like the third person that actually bought an LP tonight because of what we were listening to.
Dude, I'm like that. If I hear something and it really catches my attention, I go immediately to Discogs and see what it's going for. And like I tell you, I found an original seal for $20. I'm like, you can't go wrong.
You can't beat that. $20 all day long, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll do that. And for that one, I did. And I want to buy the one you played earlier today as well.
Faraquet.
Yeah. I want to get
Did
that
you
too.
go to Discord? Because there 2 people bought that tonight.
I didn't go to Discord. I usually go to Discogs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about, Eddie, right? Sharing the love. I'm sure that's why you're doing stuff
Sharing
with the
love and
music.
hopefully turning on new people to some
Yeah.
new tunes, and also just showing them, a side of you, like you said, one of the many layers of the onion that make up a person,
Yeah.
especially musically, because I've got a lot of different music. I mean, yeah, it's just too much. I ordered, like, I just finished ordering some Italian soundtracks for Italian Euro, mid early '70s crime films. They have groovy jazz soundtracks, and
Nice.
there are reissues, of course, but still the music is what's great.
You do soundtracks or
Yeah,
OSTs?
yeah, I'll do for certain movies, certain genres of movies, like horror movies,
Right.
Euro crime, pretty much anything Ennio Morricone. There are a couple of the spaghetti westerns. Like, I just got this. This is an original 45 from Italy on The Mercenary by Ennio
Awesome.
Morricone. Yeah, came up.
Feel.
A U.S. seller had it. $10. I'm getting it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the thing with collecting, man. It's are you
But
ever really done?
I'm purging my collection as well. Like right now, I'm in the middle of purging all my Brazilian stuff. Like for a while there, I got to the Brazilian stuff, and now that I go back, it's like it's good. But how many times am I going to go back and go back to this well and listen to it again? I'm probably not. So just
Yeah.
trying to create space and get some money. Hopefully, take it up to Austin and trade, and then get some other cooler stuff that I really want.
Right. That's kind of the defining moment that I think a lot of us people run into. We either deny the fact or you kind of concede a bit, you know. So, you're seeing the positive in moving some stuff on, opening up some room, and then expanding something else maybe you're into right now, or you just maybe want to fill some gaps. But I think we all go through that. Like there,
It's
there's
part of the cycle of a collector,
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, it is a cycle.
Yeah,
But there are some of us that don't concede, and there's more
yeah,
mass than quality there. You know what I mean? So
right,
I did the
right.
same thing. I was hooked on numbers for a while, saying it was great. I had whatever 3,500 or whatever the number was, and then you realize you're either going to run out of room, or you, like you said, you're just, how many times am I going to spin this? Does it facilitate me having this, in my collection? If I'm only going to play it once every couple of years, or maybe not at all,
Yeah, I you
and
know
so
I
you make
feel
a little room.
I feel like that about a lot of the classic stuff, like bands like the Eagles. Like I like some of their stuff. I don't mind hearing it when it's playing in the background, but it's not something that I'm gonna reach for and want to hear it at home. So for a while, so I purged a lot of my classic stuff that I wasn't hearing, that I wasn't listening to again.
Yep, it's an interesting thing. Yep, but it's definitely part of the process. I think is
Right?
getting
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that
you,
point.
you, you got to purge.
Yeah,
You can't keep everything. It's just too much. And then, like you say, space becomes you know, that's what's defining my purging. Is like, shit, I've only got 3 more cubes to fill. Like, let me make some space.
yeah, yeah. Well, there's that too. That's usually like the base reason why you start even considering the idea of moving shit on. It's like now where do I go now?
Yeah, my
There's
process
no more fucking
usually
room.
my process is usually duplicates. I'll start with duplicates. Like, let's say I started off with a reissue, and then I ended up getting an original. Well, I'll get rid of the reissue. I don't need two. So those will be the first ones to go, and then I'll start. Okay, like when was the last time I listened to, this band? It's been a while. Well, let me pull it out, give it a spin, make sure that it's something that I can live without.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Dollar bin stuff has its place, but you know,
Right, right, and like I said, there's people that they dig that stuff, and like I said, I'd rather have a good $10 record than 10 so $1
yep,
records.
yep, yep. I think it's kind of the natural progression, and that's where most of us should end up, unless we're just
Yeah,
not aware that it's happening, and you're fixated on
yeah,
look at
just
this,
just
look
I'm
at this
just getting
wall
a
of music
collection
in here.
going. Yeah, at the
Yeah,
beginning, I was buying all that stuff. I bought a bunch of just different classic rock bands, and then after a while, I started getting into more stoner, more prog, European stuff, and it's like, man, I'm more interested in this and some of this classical stuff, even though this classical stuff is pretty good,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna, reach for that anymore, and it's just taking up space. Let me move it on, get some money, and buy some stuff I really want.
Yeah. Yep. I wonder how much more difficult it is when you have stuff that you really are not listening to much anymore, but it has like a value. It's one thing saying I'm getting rid of the Herb Alpert and the Neil Diamond, you know what I mean? But
Right.
what if it's actually something? I don't know. Have you ever ran into that situation where you pick something up, not into it anymore, and it ends up being the same amount of money as when you bought it or more? And have you ever reconsidered because of it? You know what I mean? Well, maybe I should. I know I don't listen to it, but now it's worth like $100. I paid $20 for it. Maybe I should keep it.
Unless it's something I really like, man, I'll keep it. If it's not, I'll move it along. Um, like I said, I'd rather use that $100 and buy like an original or something that's a little bit more expensive that I've had in my want list for a
Yeah.
while, but I just haven't, want to pull the trigger. And
Yeah.
having that $100 will make it probably easier to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Gary says he's got around 800 LPs. Dude, that's a killer fucking collection. I mean, you don't have to compare yourself to someone that's got 5,000 or 10,000 LPs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
800. That's a chunk of wax, man. That's a really good
that's
collection.
that's
You know
that's
what I mean?
a healthy collection.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
chump change.
No.
Have you seen that documentary on that guy that goes around the U.S. shopping for Coachella? He sets up a pop up at Coachella, and
No.
it's called Record Safari, and
Where's that at? Where can we watch that?
it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
The guy's name is Alex Rodriguez. He's from L.A. I've actually met him in Austin because he would sometimes set up in Austin, but his main goal is going there and buying records. But sometimes he would sell, and that's what he does. He works for the guy, one of the originators of Coachella Festival,
Yeah.
and he sets up. He owns a record store, but every Coachella he does a pop up, and he hired this guy to basically travel the U.S., buy records, so he can have at any time in the record store 30,000 LPs. So he goes all over just buying it. And it's a good documentary because it shows his travel, and then you get to meet other record collectors, and and they tell you what record collecting means to them, how they got into it, blah blah blah. So it's an interesting little documentary there. It's called Record Safari. It's on YouTube.
So he does a pop up, but he goes to buy.
No, well, he doesn't pop up at Coachella, but throughout the year, he's purchasing. He travels so he can amass records to sell at Coachella.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the end. That's his last stop is Coachella, where he sells. all
Right.
the
Yeah,
records?
set up that pop up store in Coachella and have it stocked with enough records. So he's familiar with all kinds of different music, different genres, and he goes all over the U.S., different record stores, different antique malls, and just buying records, buying and selling. And now he's got a store, his own store in L.A., and it's called Record Safari. And I know a friend who goes. He goes, dude, their inventory changes daily. Like you go one day and they'll have something, and then by the next day he's got something else. Since he's got so much, because he buys big collections. He's always buying collections.
Right.
So it's a
Sounds
cool documentary. An idea for a future Twitch movie night for you there.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I want to. What's the name of that again?
Record Safari. And there's also the other day I ran into a cool documentary on Bernie Worrell. It's like a
Yeah.
Have you seen that Stranger on Earth?
No, but I keep hearing everybody talking about it.
It's about a 40 minute. It's not that long at all. It's great, man. It just shows you his story and what other musicians have to say about him. Of how much of a genius he was.
Yeah. Awesome. And where is that? Where's that?
That's
playing?
on that's on YouTube as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hope to see you on Saturday, Eddie.
Yeah, man, I'll be in town. I don't have anything planned. I'll probably just work during the day, and I'll be chilling at night. So I'll probably just chill, watch you guys do your thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a free for all pretty much.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh
we're just
man,
gonna,
that'll be fun.
yeah. The last one worked out really well. So we're just gonna pick whatever it is we want to pick. As a matter of fact, we're not even gonna tell each other what's going on. So
Oh
it's gonna
wow,
be
even
myself and
better.
Randy and Mikey Bananas from Grown Man Record Nights coming here Saturday. So that's gonna be Hydra 11.
Damn, already 11.
11. One every 2 weeks, and here we are at 11. What's that, like 7 years we've been doing this now? I'm not good at math. Yeah, but
Very good at math rock.
yeah. Just time. That's all I know is counts. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Miss you and Gary, Nick, Eddie. Thanks for coming up and hanging out with me.
Yeah, man,
Who
anytime.
else? Eric and John. John, thanks for coming by. Have fun on your show on Saturday. Who else? Oh, Baron Lonnie came by. You know Baron Lonnie, Eddie?
I don't. I've noticed that a lot of people were recognizing him.
He
And
goes
some people
way
saying
back.
that really?
Yeah, way back. Yeah. It was really good to see him. Like he doesn't really hang around that much anymore, but it was good. So I hope you guys enjoyed Math Rock Wednesday. And it was great to see everybody. I think I had over 30 people in here at one point, and
What is
I
the
did-
most people you've had?
I think on Hydra we hit close to 40, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't have 5,000, subs. Honestly, you know what the deal is, Eddie? Like, I've had this YouTube account for 15 years now.
God damn.
That's how long I've been Mr. Bizarrest, for 15 fucking years. So a lot of my subscribers, I think, are mostly deceased at this point.
Well,
You know?
cease accounts.
Yeah, deceased accounts, right?
Cease
They're
accounts.
there, and you can still go see their videos and shit. But most of these people, I'm going to say honestly, around 700 people are people from either, I'd say the last few years is when I started like doing this thing again, like getting back into it.
Did you
So I'd
start
say-
doing it during COVID? Is that when your numbers started?
Yeah,
climbing?
like right in the beginning there. Yeah. Yep. And so I'd say from that point back, they're all old subs. So I think technically from the people that are showing up here now, I've only got like 400 subs, like modern, like time subs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, it says I got over 1,000, but a lot of those people don't exist anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I noticed that with my account. My account is fairly new. I just started this year, and the numbers fluctuate. Like I'll lose 2, 3, then I'll gain 1 or 2, lose 1, gain 2, lose. And I think what it is, a lot of those are probably just
Thanks,
bot
you.
accounts. Some of those may be just bot accounts because some of them I go in and they have no content, no video.
yeah.
It's like,
There's a lot of people that hang out in these streams, and they have no content. I think they just
yeah,
like to kinda watch,
yeah.
you know what
I used to be one of them. I used to hang
Yeah.
out, but I never had a channel.
Yep. In another universe, Miss You. Miss You keeps hitting me up with these ideas. I think she's like my hype man now.
Uh-oh.
But she's like, go on Twitch and play all the Stranger Things from like the very beginning, all the way through, for the people that didn't see it or don't have Netflix. So she's really pumping up the whole Stranger Things thing for like a movie night kind of thing.
Have you
I don't
seen
know.
it? Have you seen the series?
Oh yeah, I'm all caught up, man. Fuck yeah.
It's awesome,
I
man.
love it. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched that. Finished the latest one not too long ago. But
Yeah.
I think it's
2.5
great because
hours.
I grew up in that era, so I'm familiar with all with the music,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it is cool.
style, and all that. This last one had a little bit more metal, which was cool. Had some Metallica in there.
Eric,
yeah,
I don't. The last video I made for like strict like vinyl finds was at least a couple months ago. Like I'm finding this, I could probably get more views, but I figured I would just make a little spot to where we could talk at the end and we could show records and stuff. So
you kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
yeah, I think instead of sitting there static in front of these guitars and just kind of babbling about it, just kind of inject it into the conversation.
I've noticed that I get more views during my live streams than when I post videos. And everyone does videos of just showing weekly finds, which is fine. That's really what caught my attention to the VC. But do I really want to do that? And then the thing is, I don't have a record store in town, so you know, I order a lot, but it's not as fun as, oh, I went to my record store and look what I found.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my dynamics are a little bit different in that aspect.
One-hit wonders would be kind of tough. Gary's saying we should consider doing some one-hit wonder bands. It would be a bit more with my collection of one. I don't know. I wonder how far that kind of one-hit wonder thing ranges. I guess.
I think for me, it'll probably be bands that are just obscure, only release one album, but it may not. They may have not had a hit.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, I don't have any Bizzle bucks. It's not like Twitch where you can, like Banana bucks. I think.
Well, how does that work? Someone gave me some bucks. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. It's like, what is this?
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Well, you accumulate them by watching.
Oh, okay.
You ever watch and by the chat, there's a little green, like it'll light up green. It's got money.
Yeah.
So like giving you these points for watching, and then you can trade them into Mikey Bananas, and you can buy like him spinning a record for you with that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
So he calls them banana bucks.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so you's trying to do this cross pollination thing with YouTube where it's going to be Bizzle bucks instead of banana bucks. I don't know what you would buy with it. I mean, I already give you all my sweat and blood. What the fuck else do you want from me? You want to buy my?
Right? Now you want my banana?
You want my banana too? Want to buy my socks? Yeah, but stop by if you can, Eddie. Saturday, be good to see you.
Yeah. I'll be on board then.
Be around 9:00. Be a free for all. We're all going to do about a half-hour set.
Cool.
And then we'll have some cold snacks, and we'll bring a bunch of people up to talk. So I hope you come up.
I'll be around then.
I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. It was a really awesome turnout. And I appreciate everybody coming out to hang. I hope you enjoyed the Faraquet, and I hope you enjoyed the Don Cabellero. And we'll do it again next week. I'll figure out something to do. Plenty of albums in here for me to pick out and do a spotlight on. So I guess that's going to be about it.
Aaron, have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you on Saturday, man.
Thanks, Eddie. I'll see you on Saturday. I'll see all you guys on Saturday. Take
Adios.
care. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Talk to you guys really soon.